One local woman is finally back on U.S. soil after evacuating Israel.
WKRG News 5's Clancy Callahan joins us in the studio. And Clancy, I know she's relieved to be back home.
Yes, Roseanne, Peter. Jean Dempsey arrived back here in Mobile around 4 this afternoon. When I spoke with her earlier today, she told me about her trip, its abrupt ending, and a church service that turned into sheltering in place under missile fire.
We were walking to our bus just outside the Jaffa Gate when the first sirens went off. So he said, okay, it has started. It has begun.
Jean Dempsey and 20 others were on a 12-day pilgrimage to Israel when they found themselves in the middle of a war zone.
We're in the middle of Mass and sirens are going off. We're hearing booms. And it just was terribly poignant.
At one point, Dempsey says another tour group joined them for shelter inside a Catholic church as the explosions got louder.
At one point, there was a boom that was a lot closer than the others. And the priest in this other group that had come in with this other group said to everyone, I'm going to give you all general absolution now. And you don't give a general absolution unless lives are in danger.
Dempsey says that night, their tour guide group made the decision for those on the trip. They were evacuating the country as soon as possible.
And they said, we're evacuating you tomorrow. We're going to take you into Jordan by bus, and we'll be with you every step of the way.
The group of Americans embarked on their journey to Jordan, but Dempsey says they weren't the only ones fleeing the country.
We were at the border for about 6 hours getting across because so many people were evacuating into Jordan.
They were one step closer to getting home. Dempsey says they left Amman, Jordan on Monday on a 13-hour flight back to Chicago.
I watched us fly almost due south in order to get around the south point of Israel, and then we took more than a 90-degree turn back to the northwest and headed out over the edge of the Mediterranean toward Greece and onward. So I think once we were in the air, I felt good. I thought, yep, we're clear.
Dempsey says she hasn't had much of a chance to process everything, but as she looks back on the emotions she felt, they aren't ones you might expect.
There just wasn't a heavy sense of fear. There was just peace and gratitude and, a concern for the people that we had come to know.
As they left a country struck by war and headed home to safety. While Dempsey and most of those on the trip with her are back home, she tells me that 2 people, the priest and one other, are still in Jordan. She says they have a flight scheduled to leave Amman around midnight our time. Live in the studio, Clancy Callahan, WKRG News 5.